Good evening, everybody. Welcome to SHN Sports presentation of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. I'm Wally Harmon alongside Kelly DeVoll. We are here at Matt Arellano Park, J. Sevier Field at Cedar Park High School in Cedar Park, Texas for tonight's ball game. And Kelly, what a big ball game. The winner is a district champion.
Yeah, great ball game. Beautiful weather tonight. Beautiful setting here in Cedar Park. And this is what you play for.
Cedar Park wins. They are the outright District 25 5A champion. Cedar Park loses tonight. They are District 25 5A co-champion, depending on other games. Georgetown wins. They're a co-champion. They win a district championship. Georgetown loses. Now they battle for third or fourth seed, depending on. Rouse tonight playing Marble Falls. Liberty Hill takes on Glenn High School. Anything can happen in those games, and we've learned that throughout this year in this season. Any team on any night on any field can beat any opponent.
Yep.
And so tonight, a lot at stake. Georgetown needs to handle one thing: win the ball game.
Yes, win this ball game. You share the district title, but you get the number 1 seed for the playoffs, which is important because then you'll be going against the number 4 seed in the other district that we'll be facing in the playoffs.
And so it's an opportunity. These boys know what's come upon them and where they sit. The other night after the coaching show, last night after the coaching show, 5 players go out on a rented field and put in more work.
Yeah.
They are ready. They've turned through that little slide after a 5-game winning streak. They went on a little like a lull, and then they responded. And they responded in a great way against Liberty Hill the other night. It all started defensively. As I like to get, and I do get excited. I do get worked up with this team. It's a great baseball team. It's fun to watch, and they love to play this game. But it started defensively. Andon Petty throws out Cash Durkin trying to get home from second base on a little bloop single, and the defense fed the offense's fury, and it started right away in the bottom of the first.
It did. Great call on that, by the way, the other night, too, because I was excited in my hotel room jumping around, freaking out about that. But these kids know what's at stake. This is such a big game. You actually have a 4-umpire crew tonight like you had the other night, which is rare at the high school level especially. So they're trying to get as many of the calls right as they possibly can, and it's a big night.
As this one sits, if Georgetown is victorious, not even worrying about Rouse and Liberty Hill at this point, just in the discussions, head-to-head will go the way of the Georgetown Eagles with a 2-0 advantage.
Right. But
then Coach broke it down. If the Rouse Raiders and the Liberty Hill Panthers hold serve tonight and win, and all 4 teams finish 10-4, then they're going to take it. It sounds like what they've agreed on is a 4-team, let's look at it. What is your record against the other 3 teams? Rouse or Cedar Park and Georgetown then would come out 4-2, with Georgetown holding that split, which would mean the number 1 seed. Rouse and Cedar Park, or Rouse and Liberty Hill, both sit at 2-4 in that scenario, and then they would have to worry about 3-4 whether they flip a coin or play in a play-in game, seeding game tomorrow before next week's schedule.
And it just shows you the 5th team in this district could do well in the playoffs.
And the 5th place team in this district was right there at the edge.
Right.
Leander had a good season. They kind of went into a lull when they lost at Marble Falls. It kind of was that signature loss that just kind of squashed them and maybe real hopes to make a run.
You know, the biggest excitement for me tonight for this game to start is the music won't play during the game. So we've got speakers right behind our heads, ladies and gentlemen, so it may be a little overwhelming while the music's playing.
It is nice and loud. Before we get to the lineups, actually, you know what? Forget it. Let's go to the starting lineup for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. They come in 18-7-1 on the year, 10-3 in district play. Head coach Lanny Williams, assistant coach Mike Cockrell. Their starting lineup for tonight's ball game will go this way. Batting first, number 1, a right fielder, Cade Davis. Batting second, number 24, the shortstop, Julian Swift. Batting third and catching, number 19, Luis Alonso. Batting fourth and pitching, number 25, Adam Vaughn. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 21, Christian Pickens. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 22, Houston Molinaro. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 26, Jackson Harvey. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 16, Murray Robinson. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 5, Ethan Becker. Still have Davis, Swift, Alonso in the top third of the Cedar Park lineup. Vaughn, Pickens, and Molinaro in the middle third. Harvey, Robinson, and Becker in the bottom third. Adam Vaughn, the starting pitcher for Cedar Park. That's who the Georgetown Eagles faced off against in the first matchup back at Georgetown when Georgetown came from behind from a 9-8 win in their first matchup of the season. Got to him about the third or fourth inning, and things unraveled there. Georgetown started making their comeback, and he's going to be on the mound again tonight. Their ace for the Cedar Park Timberwolves.
Yeah, Cedar Park jumped out to a 7-1 lead in that game, and the broadcast got a little stale at that point, but Georgetown made their run back and beat Cedar Park in that game. So there may be some revenge factor tonight.
The first example of gritty really came out that game.
Yes.
In their fight to come back there. We were talking about it even at the coaches show after that about the players that foul ball back at the screen, and they were bobbling back who's in. Their focus was on, hey, we're playing baseball. Let's have fun.
Right.
And that came back Tuesday night against Liberty Hill, and it was fun to see. The Cedar Park Timberwolves, the home team tonight, wearing the white pants, green pinstripe down the side of the legs. And then they have on their green jerseys with Timberwolves across the top. White numerals on the front and the back, the white hat with the green bill, and a Timberwolf logo on the front. Your Georgetown Eagles in the beautiful road black uniforms. White pants, the Georgetown blue and black piping down the sides with the pants at knee-high with the black socks with a blue and white striping. The black jerseys, piping of blue and white with blue numerals outlined in white. And then the talon, the beautiful Georgetown blue talon on the front of the black hat. Georgetown's beautiful, beautiful road black jerseys.
Tried to score one of those hats. Didn't quite work out.
Yeah, they ran out. I'm still trying to work my way into
They've got gray ones.
the next order.
Yeah.
The next order. Before we go to the Georgetown lineup, how about we go to the official Doppler Dave England game time weather forecast. The game time weather forecast by Dave England. And we'll go back to it. Good evening, Eagle fans. As we watch the Eagles fight for a share of the district title, we have partly cloudy skies with a breezy south wind at 12 miles per hour. First pitch temperature will be 82 degrees with a 56% humidity and a 15% chance of rain. Doppler Dave England says, go Eagles, EFND. So thanks to our official Doppler Dave England game time forecast. Doppler Dave tonight enjoying the new Moody Center down at UT Stadium, UT campus for George Strait and Willie Nelson. And so we miss Doppler Dave. So let's go to the Georgetown Eagles starting lineup. Kelly, take us away.
Batting first for the Eagles tonight is number 19, Zachary Mazak. He'll also be catching. Number 2, E.J. Davis is the second in the lineup tonight for the Eagles, and he will be playing second base.
And now it's time for your Cedar Park Timberwolves.
Batting third is number 6, Landon Heil. Landon's going to be in right field tonight. Number 25, Reese Bell will be batting after him, the senior first baseman for the Eagles. Number 5, Logan Smith is a senior. He is third base tonight, batting number 5. Batting 6 for the Eagles is number 20, Riley Leininger, the super sophomore, and Riley is the designated hitter tonight. Batting 7th is number 4, Wade Denton. He is the senior shortstop tonight for the Eagles. Batting 8th is number 3, Klaus Keismore, the senior left fielder for your Eagles. And batting 9th is number 16, Andon Petty, and Andon is the center fielder tonight. That's your starting lineup. So it's 1, 2, 3 is Mazak, Davis, and Heil. Bell, Smith, and Leininger are the middle of the order, and the bottom 3 are Denton, Klaus Keismore, and Petty. And that's your starting batting order for your Eagles tonight. On the mound is going to be number 10, Jacob Haddon, the senior pitcher tonight. He's got a 5-2 record with a 2.234 ERA. He's got 39 strikeouts, 5 bases on balls, and has hit 1 batter.
We're going to take a quick break, bring you the national anthem. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.
By Miss Amy Harvey.
Back here live at Matt Ariano Field, our park, J. Sevier Field, campus of Cedar Park High School. First and foremost, thank you to all of our men and women in uniform here and around our country, serving to protect our freedoms here and at home. A special shout out to my son-in-law, John Jones. He has now moved to a new location away from his training site as he gets closer to harm's way. And so we pray for him and his fellow troops' safety as they have moved over into a more preparedness-ready area. And so our minds are with him. But we appreciate all of our servicemen and women, the first responders, and everything they do in and about our communities on a daily basis. Vaughn warms up here in the top of the first inning. He'll face off against Mazick, Davis, and Heil. We'll go defensively for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Field might go on tonight. Speaker's right behind our head. So now we'll go this way for defensively for Cedar Park. We'll get it in a minute. I promise you, we'll have it. Zachary Mazick will lead it off here in the top of the first inning for your Eagles. Mazick from the left side steps in. Vaughn, the right-hander, starts out from the stretch. And the first pitch of the ball game. Up and out for ball one to Mazick. Want to know the count to the senior catcher, Zachary Mazick. Vaughn quickly set the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball two, 2-0 the count now. The 2-0 pitch from Vaughn. On the outside corner, a little low. But in there, called strike. 2-1 the count now to Zachary Mazick.
Just got to get that strike zone established and see where he's going to be calling it, protect the plate.
2-1 pitch, outside, ball three.
That looked like the exact same spot.
3-1 to count to Mazick, and it looks like Vaughn doing everything to stay away from Mazick here in the first at bat. The 3-1 pitch. Outside, misses, ball four. So a leadoff walk for Zachary Mazick. First walk of the ball game, issued by Vaughn. Now defensively for Cedar Park. Molinaro in left, Pickens in center, Davis in right, Swift. Our Becker at third, Swift at short, Mullen at second base, Harvey at first, Vaughn on the mound, and Alonzo behind the plate. Running tonight, Zach Zavala, the courtesy runner for the catcher, Zachary Mazick. In steps E.J. Davis, the second baseman for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first. He squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and it looks like it's going to be a low strike zone tonight.
EJ's batting .366 on the season, has an on-base percentage of .471 with a slugging percentage of .521, OPS of .992.
The 0-1 pitch, pulls it back and takes it for ball one. 1-1 to count now to E.J. Davis. Got a chance to visit with Davis at the coaches show last night. Enjoyed talking to him as he prepares. He's just waiting to make a decision on. Got a couple of offers out there to play at the next level. And so EJ's had a good senior year at second base. The 1-1 pitch, pulls it back, takes it in there for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Zach Zavala, the courtesy runner down at first base. Visit with Zach today. He headed to the Houston, or yesterday. He's headed to Houston. He'll be a Houston Cougar next year. The 1-2 pitch, and Davis fouls it off of himself back to the backstop and stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the first. Mazick drew a leadoff walk. And the Zachary Zavala, the courtesy runner down at first base, leads off, being held on by Harvey. The 1-2 pitch. This one's low for ball 2. 2-2 now, the count to E.J. Davis. Landon Heil is due up, the right fielder, for the Eagles next. Now Vaughn will step off, go back through the signs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beautiful night here so far. When that sun goes down, it may be even prettier. The 2-2 pitch to Davis, and a ground ball up the middle. It's going to be into center field for a single, and that'll move Zavala up to second base. And the first 2 batters aboard, Kelly, here in the top of the first for the Eagles.
Nice piece of hitting, and you see that the Eagles tonight looks like they're going to be really patient at the plate.
And in steps Landon Heil. The right fielder, he'll step in from the right side with no outs. 2 runners on. Zavala leads off second. E.J. Davis off first. He'll turn it square to bunt, and he'll drop it, but it's going to trickle foul. The field here, Jay Sevier Field.
Landon's batting .431 this season, on-base percentage of .561 with a slugging percentage of .627, and his OPS is ridiculous, 1.188 for the senior.
Landon Heil. Glad we got to bring you the center field camera tonight. Thanks to my wife taking care of the camera setup for us tonight, get things working. But nice to have it on the road. That'd be that batter eye view here. See kind of things from the back, where the pitchers are coming from and where the strike zone seems to be. Heil steps out, now back in. No balls and a strike. 2 runners on, no outs. 0-1 pitch, and a ball hit into left center field. A base hit. Here comes Zavala. He's going to be held up at third base, and it's going to be bases loaded. There's no outs for the Eagles here in the first inning. Getting to Vaughn early on. Back-to-back singles have the bases loaded.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 25, Reese Bell.
Reese Bell.
Big Reese Bell, the senior, coming in batting .338 tonight. His on-base percentage is .451 with a slugging percentage of .592. His OPS, very high, 1.042 for the big hitting first baseman.
Reese will step in with no outs and bases loaded here in the top of the first. A walk and 2 back-to-back singles. Bell takes this breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count. I don't know what's going on with our field mic. I apologize for having connection issues. Trying to get it worked out. 0-1 pitch, hit Bell. So an RBI hit by pitch for Reese Bell. Scores Zach Zavala from third base, and the Eagles on the scoreboard here in the top of the first. That'll move E.J. Davis up to third base. Landon Heil to second, and Reese Bell down to first. No outs, and now Logan Smith up to bat. Kelly?
Logan Smith, the senior, batting .250 on the season with an on-base percentage of .371. His slugging percentage is .327, and his on-base plus slugging percentage is .698.
And Logan Smith has done a lot of things in the batting world in his facet of offense this year, putting balls into play, scoring people, but creating good productive outs, but yet played also a solid third base for this Eagle defense.
Right, and if you're looking at his numbers, they're not that impressive, but his hitting has been so timely, and he's done a great job of getting on base.
The first pitch to Smith, and he hits it right back up the middle. The shortstop fields over, flips to second base, and that'll be the first out. And now Landon Heil circles around third, but he's going to dive back in on the throw behind him. So Logan Smith reaches on a fielder's choice, but right there, I don't get a base hit, but I get an RBI. What you want in a productive at-bat by Logan Smith.
Right, and that's the kind of stuff that doesn't really show up if you're just looking at the numbers.
Now coming up will be the super sophomores.
Riley Leininger.
Kelly called it Riley Leininger, the super sophomore, and, man, he has done a job. The only sophomore on the team and playing an important role as the designated hitter.
It's going to be fun watching him through the years.
First pitch up and out for ball 1 to Leininger. So 1 out. They retired Bell at second base on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Davis scored from third base, so 2-0 your score. The Georgetown Eagles lead it. Heil at third, Smith at first. 1 out, the 1-0 count. This one called a strike on the inside corner to the left-handed hitter, Riley Leininger. 1-1 to count now. Go back to the field mic. Hopefully we've worked some of this kink out. Leininger back in, the lefty, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Beautiful pitch there by Vaughn.
Nice pitch, fooled Riley on that. I think he was expecting something up and away with a little more heat on it, but way ahead of that off-speed pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pickoff attempt over at first. Logan Smith dives back in safely.
You would expect in this circumstance with 2 runs across that Coach V is going to be a little aggressive on the base paths, try to get some more runs as quickly as he can.
Smith takes off before the pitch. Swing and a miss by Leininger. He strikes out. Logan Smith still second base. Didn't leave fast enough. I think that was exactly what it was going to.
Right.
He's going to try to get Vaughn to go and attention that way. So with 2 outs, in steps Wade Denton.
Wade Denton's average is .241 for the season. His on-base percentage is .389, and the senior slugging percentage is .414 with an OPS of .803. Again, another quality hitter at the plate.
Denton steps in from the right side, cuts at the first pitch and misses for strike one. And Denton is you want the epitome of what is called a utility player.
Right.
Wade Denton now at shortstop the last couple of games. Has played second base, has played left field, has played right field, has pitched. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike, 0-2 the count. Ty Klaus Geismore, the left fielder, on deck if the Eagles get to him. The 8th hitter in the lineup. 2 runs across here in the top of the first inning. Vaughn comes set, the 0-2 pitch to Denton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Eagles are down here in the top of the first, but not before they get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the first, 2-0. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. Back with more Eagle baseball on SHN. Go to the bottom of the first inning. Jacob Haddon on deck for the Eagles pitching. Wisey, the lefty, starts on the mound. We'll get the defensive lineup up there for you here in just a second. Kay Davis, the right fielder, leads off here in the bottom of the first. First pitch just low for ball 1. Davis, the left-handed hitting right fielder. He's a sophomore here for the Timberwolves. Takes the second pitch in there for a called strike. Outside corner, just missed. Now 2-1 to count to Davis. Haddon with the most innings pitched for this Eagle team. And he comes in, and most of his action is on the mound starting. This pitch from Davis between third and shortstop. Off of the glove of a diving Logan Smith. It gets past Denton into left field for a leadoff base hit. Nice piece of hitting there. Logan Smith just couldn't get enough glove on that one. Number 24, Julian Swift, the shortstop, steps in here to bat second for the Eagles, or for the Timberwolves. He's a senior. He hits it out towards third. Smith fields it over to second. On to first. 5, 4, 3, double play. Logan Smith to E.J. Davis to Reese Bell. And you erase a batter just like that, and the defense going to work for this offense. In steps the catcher, number 19, Luis Alonso. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. And so the third batter of the inning steps in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Haddon from the windup. This one bounces in at home plate for a ball. 1-1 to count. The 1-1 pitch, inside corner, just misses. For ball 2, 2-1 the count now to Alonzo, the catcher. Alonzo, a junior for the Timberwolves. Heading from the windup, the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 the count now to the catcher, Alonzo. 320 down the lines, 355 to the power alleys, 370 dead away, straightaway center field. Alonzo puts us into play into left field, and Klaus Keismore drifts over about 5 or 6 steps for the catch. And the Timberwolves go in order. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on base. After 1 inning, 2-0, Georgetown leads it over the Timberwolves. More Eagle baseball in just a moment on SHN. Go to the top of the second inning, leading off for the Georgetown Eagles. Klaus Keismore, Kelly.
Klaus Keismore's batting .329 on the season. He's got an on-base percentage of .427 with a slugging percentage of .447. You add those up and you get an on-base plus slugging percentage of .871 for the senior.
Klaus Keismore, Andon Petty, and Zachary Mazik, the 8-9-1 hitters, due up here in the top of the second inning. Georgetown put up 2 in the top of the first. Start things off here in the top of the second with Klaus Keismore. The first pitch from Vaughn. A ground ball hit out towards short. Swift up with it, fires across. And he said he missed the tag, and an effort there by Klaus Keismore. Give it to him, and here comes Coach Williams.
I saw space between the glove and the runner, and this angle that I'm at just happened to be a good angle. So
Coach Williams comes out and wants a visit between the first base umpire and the home plate umpire. Again tonight, like you were talking about before the game started, Kelly, a 4-umpire crew tonight. That's what we'll see in the playoffs through the playoffs. And so you love to see it in a big game against Liberty Hill Tuesday night, and then again tonight in a game that really a lot of the whole enchilada, the marbles, all the marbles are on the table. And after an umpire discussion, Klaus Keismore ruled safe, and that's going to be an error on the shortstop. On Swift, E6, but no matter what, Klaus Keismore's aboard, and Andon Petty steps in.
And the senior center fielder batting .339 on the season with an on-base percentage of .475, slugging .339, and an OPS of .814. He struggled a little bit, and I think that's why he's at the bottom of the lineup right now.
But then it's funny, and I kept thinking that, why is Petty down there? But then what Petty does to get on base lately and then be pushed around a lot. He scored over 20 runs this year, doing a great job there in the 9-hole. Takes the second pitch low as well. So 2 balls and no strikes here to Andon Petty in his first at bat. But Petty has a lot of speed, and then you get him on base and then bring up your big hitters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Andon Petty's out there, 18 or 19 stolen bases. He does a great job of moving around when balls are put into play. And so I think on that, as he was moved down, he also kind of found a home.
Well, and regardless of where he is in the order, it doesn't seem to bother him or affect him, and he just gets on base and drives in runs.
This one, he pulls the bat back on the bunt attempt and takes it for a called strike. Starting to develop that umpire's strike zone a little bit lower than you've seen normally, but he stayed there both innings so far. The 2-1 pitch to Petty. He squares the bunt, and he'll bunt it down the first baseline. A high hopper. Alonzo out. He's not going to get there in time. It's going to be an infield single. Andon Petty doing work, using the speed, and now 2 runners on with no outs, and here comes Zachary Mazik.
Great job, and that ball came right off the bat, hit the ground, and bounced up high, which made it difficult to field.
So another base hit for the Eagles. That one of the infield hit variety. Zachary Mazik will step in here. He is in for his second appearance. He walked, and Zavala, the courtesy runner, came around to score the first run of the ballgame for the Eagles. Mazik will square around here, and he bunts it down the third baseline, but it curls just foul. Trying to move those runners up, both of them into scoring position. Right now, you've got Klaus Keismore at second and Andon Petty down at first.
Coach Vieira didn't go to recess in elementary school because he don't play. He got these kids fired up, ready to go, and they are going to just do everything they can to work some runs against this tough Cedar Park team.
The 0-1 pitch, and now Mazik will take a hack, drive it down the left field line, but it'll curl out of play. And now the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Zachary Mazik, your senior catcher. Mazik jumps right back in from the left side. Vaughn comes set. The 0-2 pitch to Mazik, and a ball fouled off back to the screen. Hey, that net moves too far, they'll get smacked with that ball.
And net's loose.
But the 0-2 pitch now, that's also good to notice. Any pass ball that hops up in that fence, it's going to kill it. The 0-2 pitch, and Mazik slaps it towards third. It's off the third baseman's glove, and that's going to have the bases loaded with no outs here in the top of the second. I think they're going to rule that probably a base hit. Nope, they give it an error, E5 by the official score. So, Zach Zavala, the courtesy runner, will come on to run at first base for Zachary Mazik. Just what you want to see. Just like the top of the first, the bases loaded, no outs for the Eagles. And in steps E.J. Davis for his second at bat. He's 1 for 1 on the night, scored a run. Takes the first pitch. Nice breaking ball in there for a called strike.
On that play, if the third baseman doesn't boot that one, there's going to be a double play because the base runner stopped like he was going to go back to second. I think he thought the ball never touched the ground, but it did.
Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop Swift flips it to second base in time for the out. A run scores on the infield ball hit there by E.J. Davis, a fielder's choice. Zach Zavala thrown out at second base, 6-4 on the fielder's choice play. Davis aboard with the RBI and a fielder's choice, and that brings up Landon Heil. He's 1 for 1 on the night.
You love the aggression, man. I love the aggressive play in the field. Just swing the bat.
Klaus Keismore up to third. E.J. Davis down to first base, 1 out. And in steps Landon Heil, the first pitch. Outside corner, called strike 1. Heil is single in his first at bat, left stranded at third base there in the top of the first inning. Step in here, no balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Davis leads off first, Harvey holds him on there. Davis off running, the throw down, but it's going to be a bad throw from the catcher. A good job by keeping it. They're going to throw an error up on the board. That'll allow the run to score. Andon Petty scores on the E2, the third error of the ball game for the Timberwolves. Stolen base for E.J. Davis, and now 1 out and 2 runs across here in the second inning. 4-0 your score. Landon Heil holds off on that swing. It's like he wanted to cut, and he held it and took it for a ball. 2-1 to count now. That ball came out of Alonzo's hand and just started drifting towards right center field. The 2-1 pitch, and Heil puts it into play over towards second base. Mullen up with it. He'll throw to first for the out. And he'll move the runner, E.J. Davis, up to third base, 90 feet away.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 25, Reese Bell.
4-3 on the putout for out number 2, and Reese Bell steps in. He was hit by a pitch in his first at bat.
What happened?
There it is. Hit by a pitch, so he'll step in for his second appearance of the night with a runner.
Some of our electronics have a mind of their own tonight.
Cedar Park, Texas. The first pitch to Bell. That is a low pitch and called a strike. 0-1 to count now to Bell with 2 outs here in the top of the second. The 0-1 pitch fouled off back to the screen for strike 2. 0-2 to count now to Reese Bell. And Kelly, I tell you, 2 runs on 1 hit this inning with a couple of 3 Cedar Park errors. The Eagles taking advantage of that now here early in the ball game. The 0-2 pitch to Bell, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Reese Bell goes down for out. Number 3. 2 runs, 1 hit, 3 errors, 1 runner left on base. After 1.5, it's 4-0. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment on SHN. Go to the bottom of the second defensively for the we'll go to the Eagles in just a second. Leading it off here is the 4th hitter, Adam Vaughn, the pitcher from the right side. First pitch in there for a called strike, and he even turns his head. But you're getting those calls on the mound. You can't be flustered at as a hitter. 0-1 to count to Adam Vaughn.
He made some eye contact with the umpire, and that can not go over well.
This one up and in, 4-1, 1-1 to count now.
A little higher, and that's some chin music.
Haddon from the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Vaughn back in, and Haddon ready to go on the mound from the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Ball hit out. Logan Smith on a short hop. Fires on the run to Bell in time. 5-3 for out number 1.
What a nice play.
Defensive lead for the Eagles. We'll get to it now. Klaus Geismore left, Petty in center, Kyle in right. Smith at third, Denton at short, Davis at second, Bell at first. Behind the plate, Zachary Mozick. And on the mound, Jacob Haddon. Up to bat now, the center fielder, Christian Pickens. He steps in for his first appearance of the ball game. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Haddon threw 10 pitches total in the first inning. The first pitch here to Pickens is popped up, and it curls back out of play. Over the stands for strike 1. As you hear him yell, heads up, in case anyone missed it. Heads up, heads up. Try the field mic again. Love the crack of the bat. You love the ball hitting by it. Just the noise from the game to complete the ambiance.
Ambiance is important.
This one just misses low for ball 1. Yeah, I mean, where else would you get the wind noise from the crowd mic?
Yeah, that wind noise just sets this broadcast apart.
The 1-1 pitch to Pickens. Inside corner, just misses for
crowd mic didn't like it.
ball 2. 2-1 to count to Pickens. Christian Pickens. That's about as much as I can handle. Senior outfielder. And this one misses for ball 3. First count to any batter by Haddon tonight. That's reached the 3-ball mark. 3-1 now to the right-handed hitting Christian Pickens. Haddon from the windup. Ground ball out towards third. High hop to Logan Smith. Grabs it, fires across the diamond in time. 5-3 on the putout. Logan lost his footing, but at least it was after the play, and now the second out of the inning. Both on ground balls to Logan Smith.
Logan has been very busy over there on that corner and done a great job tonight playing that hot corner.
Now due up, Houston Molinaro, the left fielder, after his artwork drawn in the dirt, steps in from the left side for his first at bat of the ball game. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, 4-0. Georgetown leads it. First pitch, ball sent into center field, and the artwork worked for Molinaro as he gets a 2-out single for the Timberwolves.
We've seen in a couple of instances this year where some teams have been able to do some damage against Georgetown with 2 outs, but they have really shored that up. And that losing streak that they had a couple of weeks ago, that's where teams were being effective, was with 2 outs. But Georgetown has shored that up. Hopefully that'll continue right now.
Haddon with a half-hearted throw over. Molinaro dives back. J. Sevier Field, a all grass and dirt field here at Cedar Park High School. Heading from the stretch. First pitch. Same area you saw on Reese Bell called last inning. Top of the inning. Harvey takes it for a ball. 1-0 the count to the first baseman, Harvey. Pickoff attempt. Molinaro dives back.
A little bit different at the high school level because your pitcher is currently standing on first base after hitting the single out to the field. And after high school level, you don't see a whole lot of pitchers that are hitting, but it says this young man is very athletic.
Molinaro dives back in. Second pickoff attempt by Haddon, the lefty. Keeping the runner close here with 2 outs. 1-0 the count to Harvey. And he'll slap this one down the right field line. The oohs and ahs mean nothing but a long strike there. Harvey way out in front of that off-speed pitch. And puts it into the parking lot, street, for a souvenir.
Milo Hamilton, the Astros' former play-by-play guy.
Harvey puts it into center field. Here comes Andon Petty on the run, but not going to get to it. And now he's going to go for third. The throw over there is not in time. Logan Smith does a great job of keeping that in the infield. That keeps Harvey at first base. So 2 out singles brings up the big designated hitter, Murray Robinson.
Big play by Logan Smith, and man alive, that keeping that runner at first is really important now. Because if he's at second base and there's a base hit, this league is cut in half.
Murray Robinson, the designated hitter, steps in from the left side as well. The first pitch from Haddon in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count. What were you saying about Milo Hamilton? One of the all-time greats.
Milo Hamilton used to call it a long, noisy out. But that was a long, noisy strike.
The 0-1 pitch to Robinson. Just misses low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Ethan Becker, the number 9 hitter for the Timberwolves, due up next. For the Timberwolves. Runners on the corner. The 1-1 pitch, a ground ball, high hopper out towards second. Davis fields the high hop, makes the play to first base in time. And the Timberwolves are retired without any runs. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the third inning, 4-0. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. More Eagle baseball in just a moment. Go to the top of the third inning. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Eagles. Logan Smith, Riley Leininger, and Wade Denton. Try to find an update here at some point in the game. The Lady Eagles softball team opening up their playoff run tonight at home, hosting Buda Johnson in game 1 at 7 p.m. Back on the campus of Georgetown High School tomorrow, 1 o'clock, game 2 at Buda Johnson, game 3 if necessary, immediately following.
Logan's going to be tired with all the action he's had over there in that hot corner.
So he sends it into right field for a leadoff single to open up the third inning. And Kelly, we talk about it. We've talked about it before. Your leadoff batter getting aboard is a key.
Crucial.
And that's all 3 innings for the Eagles. That has occurred with that leadoff single there by Logan Smith. 4th hit of the ball game for the Eagles, and that brings up Riley Leininger. Leininger steps in from the left side, 0 for 1 in the ball game with a strikeout. Takes the first pitch, low and outside for a ball. 1-0 to count to Leininger. Sophomore designated hitter.
Riley, like a lot of these kids, fun kid to talk to, and just lighthearted, good kid.
Squares the bunt, lays it down the third baseline. It's going to stay fair. Alonzo waits for it, throws the first, And a bang-bang play, but here goes the runner. No one covering third base. He's in there safely. Logan Smith, a heads-up play. The third baseman crashed and sat there and was kind of picked a seat and watching the movie. And Logan Smith saw it, took off for third base. And so the sack bunt from Leininger ends up being huge as it moves the runner all the way to third. So 2-3 on the putout on the sack bunt. Brings up Wade Denton. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. Steps in here. Takes the first pitch inside. It gets off Alonso's glove. Here comes Logan Smith. He'll slide in for run number 5. And the Eagles take that 5-0 lead. Logan Smith, now the hustle on that sack bunt by Logan Smith. One pitch, and he's in on a wild pitch. Pass ball, I guess, is technically, as Alonso really could have made that play.
Well, and it's nice, again, watching the aggressive actions on the base paths and watching the runners are paying attention to what's going on, and that 5 spot's important. Always like that 5th run because a grand slam can't even tie it.
Wade Denton now with the 1-0 count, 1 out, and the base is clear. He stepped in thinking, hey, I'll have a runner on or out and get ready to do some work. And now the base is clear and gives him an opportunity to start the inning over. Takes the 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1 to count. But the beautiful sack bunt by Leininger and the heads-up running by Logan Smith truly pay off there quickly on a 1-pitch pass ball. Denton swings and misses at this one, 1-2 now the count. 40 pitches through 2 innings for Adam Vaughn here in the 3rd inning.
Well, and that's what you want. You want to get that pitch count because we got to their bullpen last time.
And that's where the Eagles continue. Once they got to Vaughn and then with the bullpen, the action kept going. The defense picked up, and things turned around for the Eagles. 2-2 now the count to Denton. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block there by Alonso. But it's 3-2 now to Wade Denton. Ty Klaus Keismore on deck for the Eagles. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. 5-0. The Eagles lead it. Payoff pitch. Strike 3. Denton down on strikes for the 2nd time in the ball game. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Vaughn. So it's feast or famine, it seems like, as Ty Klaus Keismore steps in here. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. A single in the 1st on that infield bunt. And he beat it out down the line. He steps in with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. The first pitch, and he hacks at it. Oh, tried to scramble some eggs down in the first base dugout.
I think I heard a squeal.
Oh, my goodness. Players hit the deck. Everyone moved, and the ball gets thrown back in from right field. That one smashed by Klaus Keismore. 0-1 to count. Vaughn comes set. The 0-1 pitch. And he'll send it into left center field. And the left fielder, Molinaro, is going to get a read on it and make the catch for the 3rd out. But not before the Eagles get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. No runners left on base after 2.5. 5-0. Georgetown leads it over the Timberwolves. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. The 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Timberwolves. Becker, Davis, and Swift due up here in the bottom of the 3rd for Coach Laney Williams and the Cedar Park Timberwolves. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Georgetown Eagles. The music, we act like we're in a Mavericks nightclub. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Eagles. No runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Timberwolves. Haddon back on the mound for his third inning of work. First pitch in there for a called strike to Ethan Becker, the third baseman. 0-1 to count. Through 2 innings, 26 pitches for Haddon. He's allowed 3 hits, and that's it. This one misses just low, 1-1 to count to Ethan Becker. Defensively, your defense has got your back. Just a couple of singles there with 2 outs in the second. This pitch in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Becker, the number 9 hit.
Boy, you like seeing Jacob work like this, working quick.
1-2 pitch and a ground ball hit and just past the outstretched glove of E.J. Davis into right center field for a base hit. A leadoff single for the Timberwolves. That'll bring up Cade Davis, the leadoff hitter.
Cedar Park's had 4 hits. Georgetown's had 4 hits, but the defense has just been able to shut it down when Cedar Park's had some base runners. But you see that 3 on the east side for Cedar Park, and that's the difference in this ball game.
3 errors and a pass ball. Counted for some of those runs. A pickoff attempt, and he got him. He got, oh, what a move there by Haddon.
Oh,
and Pickens, the coach is clapping his hands like, yeah, don't get that far. Pickens was in no man's land. Haddon with a beautiful move.
I thought he got him.
Another pickoff attempt. And Pickens going to take his chances. I don't think the first base coach is too happy with him. He hesitates every time Haddon starts his move over there. First pitch to Davis, just misses outside for a ball.
Haddon's keeping that base runner off balance, too, because he started his windup while Haddon was still trying to get, well, not Haddon, while the base runner was still trying to get his lead.
The 1-0 pitch slashed down the third baseline, out of play. For strike 1, 1-1 to count. Cade Davis led off the ball game for the Timberwolves in the bottom of the first with a single, but then was the first out of the 5-4-3 double play. Steps in here with no outs. 1-1 count. Now Davis sends this into left center field. Andon Petty cuts it off. That'll keep the runners at bay. A single for Cade Davis. Back-to-back singles for the Timberwolves. Brings up Julian Swift. Swift hit into the 5-4-3 double play in the first.
You see that true turf bounce out there because that ball hit and went to our left quickly.
Yeah.
But Andon was there to make the play and keep the base runners from advancing.
So now no outs here in the top of the third, or bottom of the third. In steps number 24, the shortstop, Julian Swift. Hadn't turned towards second, no throw, but Pickens scrambles back to the base. Pickens at second. Cade Davis down at first. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Cedar Park trying to respond.
You hope these Eagles remember what happened in Georgetown. Cedar Park jumped out to a big lead, relaxed a little bit, and Georgetown came back and won that game. So somebody in that dugout needs to have that conversation.
And that's what I was about to say. I bet you Coach Vieira has reminded them, do not let up. We've seen it, and we've made it happen before. The first pitch to the shortstop. The ball hit out into center field, and it's going to fall for another single. Here comes Andon Petty. His throw will get all the way towards home plate. Blocked there by Mazick. Now bases loaded with no out. 3 singles.
Catcher number 19, Louis Alonzo.
You wonder how long in this circumstance with a 5-run lead, Coach Vieira is going to let Haddon go. Can't see the bullpen, so it's
have everybody at his whim tonight. Only Silva would not be available after Tuesday night's game against Liberty Hill. And here comes a visit from Coach Chad Payne. We'll take a quick visit. All right, break. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on SHN. The visit ends as the home plate umpire makes his way out to the mound. In steps the catcher, Luis Alonso. He flew out to left field in his first at bat. Steps in here with no outs. Bases loaded for the Timberwolves. 3 singles to start the bottom of the third for the Timberwolves. Becker, Davis, and Swift. And I was saying Pickens diving back at first. It's Becker. I apologize.
This is a circumstance where Jacob can't get too careful. He's just got to keep throwing strikes, let his defense work. Maybe he can get a strikeout on his batter. That would be huge in this circumstance.
First pitch inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Alonso. Haddon with the 1-0 pitch. That one's on the inside corner for a called strike. 1-1 the count now to the catcher. Alonso. Adam Vaughn, the pitcher, on deck for the Timberwolves. Haddon comes set. The 1-1 pitch. And a ball flown out to left field. Wade Denton ranges over, but nope. Klaus Geismore on a full sprint is going to make the catch. And that's going to keep everyone at bay.
Big out.
F7 in the book for the second time for Alonso. And that's 1 out. That brings up Vaughn with bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the third.
Need a little 6-4-3 double play right here. Get out of this mess.
Corners in. Logan Smith even with the base. Bell playing pretty much right at the infield grass. First pitch to Vaughn. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Beautiful pitch right at the outside edge of the strike zone. Vaughn can't do much with that. Had him fooled a little bit.
Vaughn 0 for 1 in the ball game. A ground out to Logan Smith in the second inning. Steps in here. The 0-1 pitch up high for ball 1. Kind of like that location. See if the big hitter takes a hack at that high fastball. Well, he takes it for ball 1. 1-1 to count to Adam Vaughn. Haddon comes set from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. A ball sent into right field. Landon Heil, he'll range back a couple of steps, move over towards the line, and make the catch. He's going to make the throw all the way into the plate, but in slides Ethan Becker. Sack fly for the pitcher, Adam Vaughn. Scores the first run of the ball game for the Timberwolves. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Now you breathe a little bit. 2 outs. Runners on the corners now. They've scored that run, but you get the bases loaded, it's almost a given you're going to give up a run. Not saying you're okay with it, but if you can get out of this just giving up 1 run.
After having the bases loaded with no outs.
That's huge, but we're not out of it yet.
In steps Christian Pickens. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to third in the second inning as well. So Pickens in with 2 outs. Runners on the corner, first pitch, and he hits it into left field, but here comes Ty Klaus Geismore.
Yeah.
He read it well, played it right, and the third out of the inning is recorded. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base after 3 innings. 5-1, Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. Another timeout. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. To the top of the 4th inning. The 9-1 and 2 hitters due up. Andon Petty steps in, 1 for 1 on the night. Came around and scored a run, the 4th run of the ball game. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball.
Oops.
This one. Tried to check his swing. Called strike 1. He's 1 for 1 on the night. Steps back in. 1-1 the count. And a ball slapped towards first base. And now here's the race, and they're not going to get there in time. What a hustle! Andon Petty!
Yes, sir.
You got to love it. And here comes Lanny Williams. He's out yelling again at the first base umpire. This may be the last time he yells at an umpire tonight. He is in the face of the first base umpire.
He can't get tossed tonight because he'll miss the playoff game.
He is slashing his book around, pointing at the umpire. The umpire's going to walk away. And what a hustle by Andon Petty. Now 2 for 2 on the night. An infield single again. The first was a bunt single that he beat out. This one, and you give it a great play by the first baseman, Harvey, but he had to play it towards the hole. Him and Vaughn couldn't beat Petty to the base. And Andon Petty 2 for 2 on the ball game. That brings up Zachary Mozick. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Squares around a bunt, takes it. Petty takes off to steal second, and he's in there with a stolen base. So now Zachary Mozick will be freed up. You would think here to free swing with a runner at second and no outs.
Big deal to get that run back if you can.
Mozick takes the second pitch outside for a ball. 1-1 to count now to Zachary Mozick. The 1-1 pitch, and Mozick will put it into play. Out towards short. Swift waits on it. The hop throws across in time. And what a job there by Zachary Mozick. Doesn't get on base, but now the runner with 1 out, 90 feet away from home plate.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 2, E.J. Davis.
EJ comes in. He was 1 for 2 tonight, singled in the first, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the second, which scored a run in that 2-run second for the Eagles tonight. And EJ, again, just a quality hitter, high up in the batting order. Able to drive in some runs.
First pitch to him, and it's a base hit.
Like
and that'll score another run.
Set that up beautifully, huh?
What a call there. Couldn't be delivered any more eloquently. Now E.J. Davis 2 for 3 on the night with 2 RBIs. That scores Andon Petty.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 6, Landon Heil.
5th hit of the ball game, 6th hit of the ball game for the Eagles.
And there's that run back.
And they answer with a run in the top of the 4th. 6-1 now. Georgetown leads it. Landon Heil steps in, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled in the first, ground out in the second, and he'll put the first pitch into play. It's a high fly ball to the right side of the infield. The second baseman, Mullen, ranges over and makes the catch for out number 2.
That wind is playing havoc, wreaking havoc with those balls that are high like that. And you see the fielders when they're underneath them
Eagles, number 25,
just trying to judge where that ball is going to come down, but a little bit of a swirling wind.
Reese Bell will step in here. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He was hit by a pitch in the first and struck out in his second at bat. So 0 for 1. Steps in here with 2 outs, and there goes the runner. EJ off on the run. He'll slide in, and he will be out. I thought he looked more safe than anybody. But Alonzo gets the caught stealing on EJ Davis, and the Eagles are down here in the top of the 4th. But now before they get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 6-1. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. More Eagle baseball in just a moment. bum, 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 bum. Fight song brought to you by the Georgetown Eagle Band. We love to shout them out, too.
Yep.
All the work, man, what a great year they had in the marching contest. But they bring us these sound bites to recognize these students as all the hard work they put in. I know they're getting ready to start their summer workouts come June to get ready for the football season. They work just as hard as these student athletes. First pitch to Molinaro to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth is in there for a called strike. Molinaro 1 for 1 on the night. Singled and left stranded on the third, back in inning number 2. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Molinaro, Harvey, and Robinson. He'll hit this one out towards second base. E.J. Davis to his left makes the play over to Reese Bell for out number 1, 4-3. And that'll bring up Jackson Harvey, the first baseman.
Jackson Harvey.
He singled in the second, was left stranded at first base. You're okay with these hits when you strand these runners.
The hard part about this for me is I'm such a fan of the game. I want to cheer and comment like I'm just watching the game, and it's difficult.
High and inside for ball 1 to Jackson Harvey. Kind of bowed the back there to not receive it upside the noggin. The 1-0 pitch from Haddon. Here's a swing and a miss. Change a little bit of speed, and the result is a little different.
The whiff.
41 pitches through 3 innings for Jacob Haddon. Back into work here in the top of the fourth, or bottom of the fourth. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Haddon appears to have Harvey so off balance now.
Yeah.
Those 2 pitches, it's like he was picking the opposite pitch to swing at. And so you love to see the different movements and everything. Pop up, back out of play. Heads up, as the same yell fest happens.
That's one of the advantages when the pitcher gets out front early in the count. You can keep the hitter off balance.
The 1-2 pitch just misses for ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Jackson Harvey.
I did not get a harumph out of that guy.
Woo. 2-2 now to the first baseman Harvey. Murray Robinson, the DH, on deck for the Timberwolves. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And down goes Harvey for out number 2. First strikeout of the ball game for Jacob Haddon. And now steps in Robinson. The lefty designated hitter. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch up and in. He turned and watched that one go by.
You know, you come into this game hoping you can get 5 solid innings out of Haddon. 6 is a blessing.
The 1-0 pitch and a ball hit right back up the middle, but it's going to die on the infield. And the play made by Wade Denton. L6 in the book. And I tell you what, that will help you get more innings out of your starting pitcher right there, Kelly.
Sure will.
Good night.
Love it. Sorry about the elbow.
Work. That's beautiful, though. You're talking about it, but it's so true. Silva came in on Tuesday against Liberty Hill. We'll keep it here and talk about this one because there's so much to discuss there, especially in the bullpen and what you have arms available here to Coach Vieira tonight. Silva went 6 innings against Liberty Hill on Tuesday night. Denton comes in to strike out the side in the bottom of the 7th, in the top of the 7th. So you have every arm available outside of Silva, who threw 93 pitches. None of your bullpen had to work. None of them, I think, even had to warm up at any point. Silva just spread out 9 hits over the 6 innings. Tonight, Jacob Haddon going to work and doing the same thing on the mound for the Eagles. That just, what kind of a situation that gives a coach such at ease. You can set up your defense then to concentrate on where you want your defense, not having to worry about who you have to put on the mound.
Yeah, easy for you to say. Jacob, the senior pitcher, comes in here, and this experience tonight has got to help him because he's pitched in these circumstances before. This game has a lot of meaning to it tonight, has a lot on the line, and Jacob comes in just cool as a cucumber, and he's been hitting his spots. Yeah, Cedar Park's gotten some hits off of him, and the defense has done some work behind him to keep that to a 6-1 lead, but Jacob's hitting his spots, man.
The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up here in the top of the 5th for the Eagles. Bell leads it off. First pitch inside for a ball. Bell was at bat when E.J. Davis was caught stealing back in the 4th inning. So he gets a new at bat, and this time, but right off the elbow. So, second time tonight, Reese has been hit by a pitch.
That one hurt, though.
Right on the elbow. That arm is dangling to his side. That one hurt.
They need to let him check on that. Boy,
So Bell walking it off down the right field line. That one hurt right on the left elbow. He doesn't wear an elbow pad on it. So the second time tonight, Reese Bell's been hit by a pitch. I think Vaughn probably glad he's already been through the lineup this go around, as to not refresh the memory for anybody from Jacob Hatton. Reese shakes it off.
He's a tough kid.
That'll bring up Logan Smith.
He's big as an edge rusher in a football field. So
I'm surprised he hasn't been recruited by Coach Griffin. But the senior down at first base now. Harvey will hold him on there. In steps Logan Smith. First pitch in there for a called strike.
But you know they're going to pitch Reese tight. That's why they've hit him twice, because they don't want to give him anything that he can lift out of here, even with this wind.
Smith turns the bunt, pulls it back. The ball in the dirt for ball one. 1-1 to count.
Reese is saying, please don't make me slide.
1-1 to count to Logan Smith. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Reads on the fielder's choice. Bunt attempt, but it goes foul.
I don't know that Reese knew that made contact. I think he thought it got away from the catcher.
And I thought the catcher thought it did too. He threw down, but the home plate umpire finally comes out. 1-2 to count now. Logan Smith 1 for 2 in the ball game. The 1-2 pitch and a ball hit into left field. A base hit for Logan Smith. His second hit in a row. And 2 runners aboard. Fourth, let's see here. I want to make sure I get this right. The 5th inning in a row, the Eagles have had the leadoff batter aboard, Kelly, with no outs.
Boy, and that is big, big in this circumstance in this game.
7th hit of the night for the Eagles. Reese Bell now down to second. Logan Smith at first. Riley Leininger, the DH, steps in. He'll square around the bunt, takes it low for a ball. You got to think here, if he's going to bunt it towards the third baseline to try to draw the pitcher or the third baseman in. Harvey was already halfway down the first baseline. Leininger's laid down 1 sack bunt so far. Tries to do it again, but pulls it back low in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Leininger 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out in the first. Sacrifice bunt laid down in the third. Steps in here. 2 balls, no strikes. Bell leads off second. Logan Smith off first. Square around the bunt, and he bunts it down the third baseline, and here it goes, and it's just going to roll foul. Riley would have beat that one out. I think it was going to come to a stop before Vaughn could get over. So the count now, 2 balls and a strike to Leininger.
Well, that's why he didn't pounce on it faster, because he knew with the wheels at the plate moving down that line, he didn't have any chance unless it goes foul.
Leininger almost beat out the first sacrifice bunt with the bunt he laid down in the third inning. Almost beat that one out. Super sophomore, as we like to call him.
Super soft.
Steps back in. 2 balls and a strike to Leininger. No outs. And he gets pitch outside. Ball 3. He didn't square the bunt on that one. He took that one outside. 3-1 the count now to the designated hitter, Riley Leininger. Reese Bell hit by a pitch down at second. Logan Smith with a single. Now the base is loaded after a walk to the designated hitter, Riley Leininger. Just the second walk issued by Vaughn.
This is about the time that Georgetown got to him for 5 runs.
As you say that, Coach Lanny Williams comes out of the dugout.
Yeah, because it was in the 5th inning when Georgetown got to him in the last game.
While they visit, we'll flip back. And, yeah, Wade Denton will come up next for the Eagles. But let's flip back there. It was right before Glenn. The Eagles got 3 runs back in the 3rd, and then the 4th, and then the 5th. And we finally chased Vaughn with no outs after he walked the leadoff batter in the 5th. So Coach Lanny Williams back out again through 3 innings, 51 pitches thrown, 60 through 4. So Vaughn now 60 pitches. Now he's got 10 or 11 here in the 5th. So he's up through 7. Wade Denton comes into bat. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Struck out in the 1st and the 3rd inning. Denton with an opportunity here with no outs. Denton steps in. The first pitch from Vaughn. Inside, ball 1 to Denton. No place to put him, so you got to think Vaughn, and that's probably what Coach Williams was talking to Vaughn about.
Yep.
You've got to go after him. We're just going to have to play defense.
You got to go after him, and Wade is swinging the bat.
Puts a fly ball into left field. The left fielder Molinaro drifts back. He'll make the catch. Bell's going to tag up from third base. The throw going to come, but Reese Bell is going to score. So the big first baseman scores on the sacrifice fly by Wade Denton.
They're going to appeal this.
So we'll wait and see what they're
going to
do here.
be interesting because it's close.
No matter what, Denton flew out to the left fielder, F7 for out number 1. Now here comes Coach Lanny Williams out of the dugout.
He's going to appeal it.
Ty Klaus Geismore will be 2 up after this conversation. The third, fourth, or fifth conversation between Lanny Williams and the umpires tonight. Coach Williams not happy. A lot on the line here for Cedar Park.
A lot.
You know, you win this ball game, you are the number 1 seed. You are the solo district champions.
Right.
You lose this ball game, you now are the 2nd seed at best, and not now you're a co-champion. And so these players playing for something. These seniors want this title. They want to be solo artists.
Well, and part of what you got to be concerned about now is you're in the 5th inning, 7-1, 4 more runs with no answer to it, and this ball game's over.
So it is. They tried to appeal it. Reese Bell safe. So a sac fly. Sac fly by Wade Denton.
He
scores the
mispronounced
run. 1 out. Klaus Geismore takes this one low and outside for a ball. Ty 0 for 2 on the ball game. Reached on an error in the 2nd, came around to score a run, and then flew out to the left fielder in the 3rd. They ended up ruling that an error on the third base, on the shortstop, as he ducked around the tag. And so 1-1 to count now to Klaus Geismore. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Ty check swing goes around. 4 strike 2, 1-2 the count now. Andon Petty, center fielder on deck for the Eagles. The 1-2 pitch fouled off back to the screen. And at this point, you like to see more and more pitches thrown by Vaughn.
Yep.
More work to get him in. And he did a good job of spreading out 60 pitches over 4 innings. A run was scored, but only 9 pitches thrown. A run was scored, but taking advantage of opportunities as the Eagle offense. And now the 1-2 pitch to Klaus Geismore. It's in the dirt inside. 4-2, 2-2 the count. Let's go. 18 pitches here, so up to 78 pitches already on the night. 1-2 count inside. The 2-2 count, inside. Now ball 3. So full count here to Klaus Geismore with 1 out. In the top of the 6th, the Eagle offense has scored a run in at least every inning. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. A ho-hum pickoff attempt back towards second base.
That was way closer than it needed to be.
Logan Smith. Vaughn didn't do it in a hurry. He did throw it hard. But Logan Smith creeps back in there. The payoff pitch. Klaus Geismore fouls it off. Down the first baseline, out of play, stays alive.
Well, that's a good idea if he could send something down that right field line.
20 pitches here in the inning already. Has Vaughn up to 80 pitches. The payoff pitch. Klaus Geismore fouls it off. 3rd foul ball. Next pitch will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. At that point, we're talking about a quality at-bat here by Ty Klaus Geismore. No matter what happens, this is important to get 9 or 10 pitches at-bat out of Vaughn to keep wearing him out. Payoff pitch and a ball hit into right field, and it looks like it's going to get over the head of the outfielder, and it does, all the way to the wall. Here goes the runners around 3rd. They're going to have to hold 1. Logan Smith will score from 2nd. An RBI double by Ty Klaus Geismore.
So that's my 2nd prediction. I talked about him trying to slap one down that right field line, and that's exactly what he did there. So
an RBI double for Klaus Geismore makes it 8-1. As Logan Smith scores from 2nd, Leininger gets all the way around to 3rd.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 16, Andon Petty.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We did have
fans are excited.
Stood up right in front of the cameras. And in steps Andon Petty. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Takes the first one high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Andon Petty bunted in the first on his first at bat and beat it out at first base. Came around to score a run and laid down a single in the fourth inning. Stole second base, came around to score a run. So Petty doing work from the 9-hole. Takes this one in the dirt. 4-2. 2 base hits, 2 runs scored for Andon Petty. Zachary Mozik, the catcher, waits on deck. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And Petty cuts at this one, fouls it off for strike 1. 2-1 to count now. Top of the 5th, I apologize. 8-1 your score. 2 runs across here in the 5th for the Eagles. Adam Vaughn comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball out toward short. Leinerger's going to come home. And now they're going to get him in a pickle. Now the pickle rundown. We'll see what happens here. Now another throw. Eagle runners everywhere. And the ball gets away. The throw towards home.
Oh.
And Leinerger will be tagged out at home. And I'm not going to tell you how that went. 1, 2, 6, 7, 4, 1, 5, 4, 2 on the putout.
13.
But it went out. And Leinerger, lots of effort.
Wow.
Kind of surprised he took off on the ground ball. The shortstop, Swift, was already on the grass. But the out recorded, but now you have runners at second and third and Zachary Mozik up. So an opportunity here for the senior catcher to do some work when he has 2 runners.
Yeah, and the unfortunate aspect is now you got 2 outs.
2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runners on second and third. Mozik's first pitch up and away for a ball. So Petty reaches on the fielder's choice. Gets to second base and all that madness. Klaus Keismore down to third. 1-0 the count to Mozik. Fouls this one off of himself. 4 strike 1. Ball's dead there.
That does not feel good.
Zachary Mozik, the Baylor Bear commit, steps back in the box. 0 for 2 on the night. 1-1 count. Mozik swinging a miss. Strike 2. 7th batter of the inning for the Eagles. He walked in the first. Run scored on that one. Reached on an error in the second inning. Fouls this one off, back to the screen.
Nice pitch to fight off there.
1-2, still the count. To Zachary Mozik. Vaughn comes set, the 1-2 pitch. Mozik into right field, it's a base hit. Here comes Klaus Keismore, he'll score. Andon Petty being waved around, the throw is, but it's up the line and Andon Petty scores. 2 runs on the RBI single by Zachary Mozik. So your senior catcher doing a job there.
Boy, timely hitting by Zach. Woo-wee.
A 2 RBI single to right field. Scores your 2 fastest players. Keismore easily from third, and Andon Petty wasn't slowing down from second base. So now 4 runs in inning. Zach Zavala, the courtesy runner, on for Mozik at first base. In steps E.J. Davis. His first pitch seen is up and away for a ball, 1-0. 2 for 3 on the night is E.J. Davis. 2 singles. Come around to score a run, a stolen base, has an RBI. This second pitch misses as well. 2-0 the count. To E.J. Davis. The 2-0 pitch in there for a called strike. 2-1 to count. To the senior second baseman. Landon Heil on deck if we get to the next batter. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 4 runs on the board. EJ will take a timeout, but Kelly, back to what you were saying at the beginning of this inning, Georgetown could put up 1 more run.
Yeah.
Then you get into the run rule situation to get out of here early. EJ takes this one on the bottom half of the strike zone for strike 2. 2-2 the count now to EJ Davis.
I don't like that call, but it's been consistent, so you deal with it, protect the plate.
2-2 pitch up and in.
And your dental work with that one.
E.J. Davis turned his head, and it was one of those off-speed breaking pitches that just lost. Vaughn lost out of his hand, but now a full count. The runner not off, and it's a 2-out walk. Zach Zavala will move up to second base, and that brings up Landon Heil. 3rd walk of the ball game issued by Vaughn, and Coach Williams sticking with his senior senior pitcher. And now Alonso will go out to talk to him. The 9th batter of the inning for the Eagles as they bat around here in the top of the 5th. Logan Smith has to go down and get his batting gloves from Coach Payne. hey, I'm coming back up next. Give me my gloves. He gets all the gear, brings it back. So Landon Heil steps in, 1 for 3 in the ball game. An opportunity here to put one more run on the board. He's got a runner at second in Zach Zavala and a runner at first in E.J. Davis. First pitch to Heil, called strike. 0-1 the count to Landon. The 1-0-1 pitch.
Oh, come on.
Said he did not check his swing on that dirty breaking pitch there by Vaughn in the dirt. 0-2 the count now to Landon Heil. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The 0-2 pitch. And Heil chops a swing down the third baseline foul. Stays alive in the at-bat.
I thought that was going to hit him.
I did too when he swung.
Yeah. It was about a 46-mile-an-hour breaking pitch in hindsight because it took forever to get there, and he was way ahead of it.
Landon Heil steps back in. No balls, 2 strikes. Zavala leads off second. E.J. Davis off first. The 0-2 pitch. And a ball slapped backwards. Caught by the extremely high net here.
There's the birthday boy batter, bat boy that they announced before the game for Cedar Park.
The 0-2 pitch to Heil. And he's going to pop it up on the infield. See if we get lucky and the wind blows it back. Alonso comes back for it. Makes the catch right next to the wall. Nice play there by the catcher Alonso for out number 3. But not before the Eagles put up 4 runs. They do 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And 2 runners left on base. After 4.5, 10-1 your score. Georgetown leads it. Quick timeout. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 10-1 your score. The 9-1-2 hitters do up for Cedar Park. Becker, Davis, and Swift. Becker 1 for 1 of the ball game. He scored the only run of the game for the Timberwolves. Back in the 3rd inning. Steps in here to lead it off. 51 pitches through 4 innings for Jacob Haddon. This first pitch ruled the ball on the outside corner, just off the outside corner.
We moved the camera behind the plate, folks, so we can't ask these people not to cheer this game. So we tried to get it up a little bit higher.
Hadn't missed there for ball 2, 2-0 the count. Hopefully a little bit more clear view. The 2-0 pitch, high and outside for ball 3, 3-0 the count.
Now this is a circumstance where if he starts struggling to find the strike zone, then that's when I think they make a change.
And a 4-pitch walk to Becker.
Number 1, Cade Davis.
First walk of the ball game issued by Jacob Haddon. In steps Cade Davis. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Davis, the left-handed hitter, steps in for his 3rd at bat. 2 singles, retired on the first one in the double play. Puts this one into play down the left field line, but it's going to curl foul. Ty Klaus Geismore got on his horse, and he was trying to run that one down.
Yep.
But a long strike, 1-1 to count now, or 0-1 to count.
I wonder if Petty could have gotten to that if he was in left. Because
I
think he's the fastest guy on the.
I think you're right, and I think Klaus Keismore is right behind him.
Yeah.
We saw it there on the base hit by Mazik. Petty wasn't slowed down.
Yeah, trying to catch him.
The 0-1 pitch to Davis, and that'll hit him. First hit batter of the ball game.
Yeah, he's struggling now in this inning just to find the strike zone. I wonder how long Coach V will let him go. He may let him go quite a while with a 9-run lead. Why not?
Here comes Julian Swift, the shortstop. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. A single, left stranded on first in the third inning. And then he's the one that grounded into the 5-4-3 double play in the first inning to kind of set the tone for Timberwolves tonight. Cade Swift led off the ball game in the bottom of the first for the Timberwolves with a single, and then quickly retired on the 5-4-3 double play. Gets hit by a pitch to lead off, or to have 2 runners aboard now. Becker down to second on the walk. Moves up to second on the hit by pitch for Davis. First pitch in there to Swift, just misses. Wow. 1-0 the count. And Jacob sat a long time there in the top half of the fifth.
Yeah.
The Eagles batted around 48 pitches thrown. And now a substitute here, a pinch runner for Ethan Becker. Number 3, Austin Garcia, the senior.
Second base, number 3, Austin Garcia.
So Garcia will pinch run here in the 5th inning for Becker. So Becker will be able to come back in defensively, but then that will eliminate Austin Garcia from the rest of the ball game for the Timberwolves. The 1-0 pitch to Swift. Ball hit right back up the middle, but there's E.J. Davis. He'll step on second, throw to first, and what a beautiful double play by the second baseman, E.J. Davis. And this how the defense continues to feed on this offense and back and forth for these Eagles. You had 2 runners on with no outs, and now you have 1 runner on with 2 outs. What a play there by your senior second baseman, E.J. Davis.
E.J. Davis and Logan Smith have made some really good plays out in the field, and we've talked to Coach Vieira and even the pitchers about this throughout the season. When you've got that kind of defense behind you, you don't hesitate to try to attack the strike zone and let them work.
A ball hit into center field. Andon Petty on his horse. It'll be over his head into right center field. A nice shot there by the catcher, Alonso. And that will be a 2-out double that'll score a run as Austin Garcia comes in to score. As soon as we say that, what a hit there, though.
Yeah.
You give it to him right into the wind. Andon Petty was on the fly and just over his outreached arms for an RBI double with 2 outs.
And that wind is blowing from right field towards the first base dugout, which pushed that ball out of his reach. And if Andon can't get to it, nobody could.
Courtesy runner at second base for the catcher Alonso is number 11, Brooks Dillman. He's a junior. He'll run for the catcher Alonso, and in steps the pitcher Adam Vaughn. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out in the second inning. Sac fly to center or to right field in the third. First pitch swinging, strike 1. But what a play by E.J. Davis. Stepped on second base and then threw to first for the 4-3 double play.
First couple of batters, Jacob's struggling, and then that double play gets him a little extra energy.
The 0-1 pitch misses outside for ball 1, 1-1. Exactly. He sat a while, and I think that defense kind of gets in that head. That double play turn, it's like, all right, settle in, let's go.
Yeah.
He's starting to get back in that feel, that groove. 1-1 to count to Adam Vaughn. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Back to the screen for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Adam Vaughn, the pitcher. Be interesting to see if he comes back in. Threw 42 pitches in the 5th inning alone. So he's up to 102 pitches on the night.
Well, and that could be the reason the coach has kept him in, because he's such a valuable hitter at the plate. He's done some damage tonight.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Vaughn down on strikes here in the bottom of the 5th. Second strikeout of the ball game for Jacob Haddon. But the Cedar Park Timberwolves get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. And 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 6th. 10-2 your score. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment.
Oh, shoot. Hang on.
So the pitcher now for the Timberwolves is the third baseman, Becker. He moves over to the mound, and Vaughn leaves the mound and goes over to third base. Reese Bell leads it off here in the top of the sixth for the Eagles. First pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to count. Bell led off the inning last inning with a hit by pitch. Just came around to score the first run of the inning. Takes this one low for a ball. 1-1 to count. To Reese Bell. Ethan Becker, the senior, in relief here in the bottom of the top of the sixth. Bell slashes this one down the first baseline, out of play. 1-2 now the count.
That's where you see his power, because he hit that one hard down that right field line, and he has the ability to go opposite field.
The 1-2 pitch. Low and inside, ball 2.
He's not backing away from the plate, though.
Bell hit by a pitch in the first inning, again in the fifth. Struck out swinging in the second.
He's got a sleeve on that arm now.
2-2 pitch, and Bell sends this one into center field. Pickens will give chase. He'll have to back up several steps. The wind blows it. Pickens stumbles into the catch for out number 1. That wind played havoc with that ball. 1 out will bring up Logan Smith. Logan comes into bat here, 2 for 3 on the night. 2 singles, scored 2 runs. Stolen a base as an RBI. A little bit of everything on Logan's stat line at the plate tonight. Reached on the fielder's choice, an RBI in the first. 2 singles, scored a run, a stolen base. And the first pitch popped up on the infield. Down the first base line, Alonso gives chase. And doesn't want to get his helmet dirty, so he holds on to it while he makes the catch with the glove. So on the first pitch, he pops it up to the catcher, P2, for out number 2.
Cedar Park trying to hold Georgetown scoreless for the first time in an inning tonight. 2-2-1-1-4 for those 10 runs.
Love to see it.
Yep.
Riley Leininger will step in here with 2 outs. Riley 0 for 1 in the ball game. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Struck out in the first, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the third, and then walked in the fifth. Steps in here with 2 outs. Base is empty. Oh, 2 the count now to Leininger. The 0-2 pitch is outside for ball 1. One and two to Leininger. He takes this one for a ball. It's in the dirt. 2-2 now the count. The 2-2 pitch to Leininger. Up high for ball 3. So Leininger has turned an 0-2 count into a 3-2 count. So trying to get on base. The first inning for the Eagles here in the top of the 6th. That the leadoff runner, batter, did not get aboard, and Leininger goes down on strikes for out number 3. The Eagles go in order here in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We go to the bottom of 6, 10-2 your score. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment. we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Cedar Park Timberwolves, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Pickens takes a big cut and a miss to the first pitch. 0-1 to count to Pickens. Jacob Haddon on for his 6th inning of work here for the Eagles. The 0-1 pitch to Pickens. A fly ball in the infield to the left side. Logan Smith. He'll call it and then make it about 10 feet in front of the bag in foul territory for out number 1. P5 in the book. And that brings up Houston Molinaro. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game, a single and a ground out.
I want to welcome our viewers on YouTube. We've got, all right, I'm going to try this name. DB Wansloben, watching from Tyler tonight. I think I pronounced that right. I hope I pronounced it right, but we appreciate all you joining us tonight.
First pitch to Molinaro just misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 64 pitches through 5 innings for Haddon. So good efficiency there for Jacob Haddon. What a dirty pitch.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Oh, my gosh. That was gorgeous. Molinaro bailed. He didn't want to be hit by that one, and that breaking ball snuck in there. 1-1 to count now. And now this one off the end of the bat, out to Logan Smith at third on the run. A beautiful throw. And out number 2, 5-3 in the book. That'll bring up Jackson Harvey. Nope, we have a pinch hitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
How about Logan over there on that hot corner today, man? I may have to interview that kid tonight.
Looks like Caleb Rhodes will come in to hit here for Jackson Harvey, the first baseman. Caleb Rhodes, the senior.
I met Caleb in the parking lot when I almost opened my truck door into his face when he was running between my truck and the car next to us. Fortunately, I did not hit him with the F-250 door.
That is very nice of you. He'll take the first pitch from Haddon for a ball.
He slid on those metal cleats in that parking lot, too.
Sparks flying.
Yeah.
1-0 the count to Caleb Rhodes, the pinch hitter from the right side. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 10 runs, 9 hits, no errors for your Eagles. 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Timberwolves. The 1-1 pitch into Rhodes, fouled off of the catcher Mazick for strike 2.
Mary Smith checking in on YouTube from Dallas, but she's pulling for Cedar Park, so that's all right.
We're glad to have you on our broadcast, Mary. Thanks for listening in tonight. And now we have lost our outfield camera. Rhodes fouls this one off to stay alive in the at-bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss for Rhodes. Down on strikes for out number 3. So the Timberwolves go in order here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We go to the 7th inning, 10-2. The Eagles lead it. Back with more Eagle baseball in just a moment.
0 for 2.
0 for 3. Go to the top of the 7th. Wade Denton steps in to lead things off. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. So we're down to our home plate camera as the batteries have died on us tonight. Trying to go super high tech. Denton takes the second pitch for a strike. 1-1 now the count to the senior shortstop, Wade Denton. The new pitcher, Logan Vox, in for the Timberwolves here in the 7th. This pitch just high, ball 2. 2-1 the count to Wade Denton. Denton, Klaus Geismore, and Petty due up here in the top of the 7th for the Eagles. An 8-run lead for Georgetown. Vox. This pitch stays just high. 3-1 count now to Wade Denton.
That speaks to Wade Denton's height.
Yeah, nothing to do with the strike zone.
No.
The 3-1 pitch to Denton. And it's in the, about to say it's almost in the dirt.
Yeah. Wade's got slightly bigger strike zone than Jose Altuve.
That's being generous on that description. The full count, payoff pitch. And Denton swing and a miss. Strike out for Denton. For out number 1. So Logan Vox on in relief here in the 7th. Gets his first strikeout. And in steps Ty Klaus Geismore. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. He had an RBI double in his last at bat. This pitch misses.
Sorry, folks, we're going to fire our graphics guy because the graphics aren't caught up.
1-0 count to Klaus Geismore. The 1-0 pitch. And Ty slaps it down the first base line. But it is going to curl out of play for strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Something about our equipment. This does not like Cedar Park. Our camera went out in the outfield. Our crowd mic cord is moaning at us tonight. Not happy. 1-1 the count to Klaus Geismore. Here in the top of the 7th, the 1-1 pitch. Nice little breaking ball there.
Filthy pitch. We've seen a couple of those tonight from both teams where he's just going, hey, check the ball.
That is dirty. 1-2, the count. This one almost hits him.
Tried it again.
Inside 2-2. Now the count to Ty Klaus Geismore. And Petty, the center fielder, on deck. 5 of the runs tonight of the 10 scored by Klaus Geismore and Petty. Strike 3. Vox has struck out 2 batters in a row here in the 7th inning for the Timberwolves.
You know, once they've gone to their bullpen, they've had some effective pitching from two other pitchers, and you kind of wonder why he stayed so long with Vaughn to start the game.
Becker came in the 6th, shut the Eagles down in order, and then now Vox has struck out 2 in a row. In steps Andon Petty, the first pitch to him. And Breaker's in there for strike 1. Andon Petty, 2 for 3 on the night. 2 singles, a stolen base. Scored 3 runs and make that 3 for 4 on the night as he singles up the middle into center field with a 2-out single. So Andon Petty having himself a ball game as well.
Andon's just done a remarkable job all year of at the plate. A little bit of a slump last week, 2 weeks, but he's come out of it.
Zachary Mozick, senior catcher, will step in here. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He walked in the first, reached on an error in the second, grounded out in the 4th, and singled in the 5th. A 2 RBI single in the 5th. Steps in here, first pitch in the dirt. Want to know the count. Andon Petty leads off first, held on by Harvey. The 1-0 pitch, outside, ball 2.
Eagles have done some damage this year with 2 outs in their innings as well, so maybe Zach can keep that rolling right now.
None bigger than the other night. Had several runs come in after 2 outs in an inning. This one down in the dirt. 3-0 the count to Zachary Mozick. Mozick steps back in, and Petty will lead off first. 3-0 count to Mozick. He'll take that one in there.
Yeah, that bat was not coming around on that 3-0 pitch.
I don't think there had to be a take sign. I think Coach just looked at him and went,
Really?
No.
You need a sign?
The 3-1 count outside, ball 4. Second time tonight that Mazick has drawn a walk. So a 2-out walk now with base runners on first and second. And in steps a hot hitting second baseman E.J. Davis, 2 for 3 on the ball game. Zach Zavala in to run, the courtesy runner for the catcher, Zachary Mazick. So Zavala at first, and Andon Petty at second. E.J. Davis in. 2 for 3, an RBI, reach base all 4 times. Takes the first one in there for a called strike. There's that lower half of the strike zone call that he's been consistent on from inning number 1. 0-1 to count now to E.J. Davis. 2 outs here in the top of the 7. Runners on first and second. Vox comes set. The 0-1 pitch. There's that big bender.
Boy, that pitch is really effective because it has the hitters fooled because it starts off at their head and breaks across the plate.
An 0-2 count now to E.J. Davis. Vox takes a look back at second base. The 0-2 pitch. Davis goes down and gets it. Cut off by the third baseman, Mullen. He'll throw on a dime. What a play there by Mullen.
Nice play.
And Cedar Park gets out of the inning here with no more damage. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 10-2. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. Back with the final inning. And hopefully a Georgetown district championship after this. Go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Number 15, Quint Mullen leads it off here for the Timberwolves. First swing, first pitch. He fouls it off down the first baseline, out of play.
And folks, just so you know, Wally has been adequately chastised by me and his wife for that statement he made before we went to break. So hopefully the baseball gods will be satisfied with the sacrifice that was made on his behalf.
74 pitches through 6 innings for Jacob Haddon. The 0-1 pitch just misses outside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count to Quint Mullen, the pinch hitter. Looks like another pinch hitter on deck. Number 13, Brady Richardson. The 1-1 pitch. What a play by Wade Denton. A little liner hit into shallow left field. Denton closed the gap. That's 2 games in a row, Kelly. You remember the Derek Jeter play he made against Liberty Hill where he went into the gap, took a couple of steps, jumped up and threw a bullet across the diamond. He laid out there, L6 for out number 1. And in steps number 13, Brady Richardson. First pitch swinging, gets up the infield. Denton fields it on a hop across the diamond in time to Reese Bell for out number 2.
Tricky hop, but he gobbled it up, made the throw.
And in steps
Now batting for the Timberwolves,
number 1, Cade Davis. He's 2 for 2 on the night. 2 singles, left stranded in the second, hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. Steps in here, the last out for Cedar Park. Fouls this one off down the third base side line for a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch to the leadoff hitter, Cade Davis. Ball hit right back up the middle over the head of Jacob Haddon into center field. I tell you what, Cade Davis is an impressive hitter. The leadoff batter for the Timberwolves. 3 for 3 on the night. Been on base all 4 times. Gets another 2-out hit here. Swift, first pitch hitting into the hole. Denton fields it. He'll throw on the run across the diamond. Down! He did it again!
What a play!
Oh, Wade Denton! Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Wade Denton goes Derek Jeter for the 2nd game in a row, and you end it with a district championship for your Georgetown Eagles. What a play.
Wow.
Put a gold star on it, and that's how you end district play. 10-4 on the year, co-district champions. How impressive. That was the Wade Denton inning right there, making all 3 plays.
That was beautiful.
Oh, what a play
way
by Wade Denton.
What a way. I'm going to run down to the field and get Coach and get Logan and get Wade.
I agree. Get out of here. We'll be right back with Eagle Baseball on SHN. Back here live at Cedar Park High School, Jack Sevier Field, I believe it is. It's hard to see out there now. Jay Sevier Field. Here in Cedar Park, your Eagles victorious 10-2 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And what a ball game. The Eagles win it and are co-district champions. So a good victory to end the season, 10-4 overall. Trying to go to Kelly DeVoll down on the field. He's going to get the crowd mic and try to get it working. And pull it out for a little bit and go talk to Coach Jordan. That may be the problem. The cord is all tangled up there. Kelly can't get it to come out. May have been some of our problems tonight. So we'll try to get that going. We're back live here at Cedar Park, and let's go down to Kelly with Coach Jordan Vieira.
Thanks, Wally. We're here with Coach Vieira. Coach, district champions.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I heard you talking to the boys over there. What'd you tell them?
Told them, man, I couldn't be more proud of what these guys have accomplished this season with the effort that they've shown, the grind that they've shown, the grit and determination, never ceasing, never stop. I mean, they had an opportunity to shut it down after dropping 3 in a row leading into this week, and at no point did they. They got back together, we greased it up, and kept on rolling. So couldn't be more proud of what these guys have accomplished.
Boy, you put 10 runs on the board, but you can't help but talk about this game and the defense behind the pitching tonight. Yep. Pitching gave up 8 hits, only gave up 2 runs because of the defense.
Yeah, defense has been great. I mean, you got Logan Smith and has been playing a great third base. You got Wade Denton, who's been playing a great shortstop past couple of days. Then I mean, just our outfield just runs everything down. I mean, you can't ask for anything better. I mean, pitching and defense is what's going to win you the big ones, and it did tonight for sure.
So tomorrow, 1 o'clock, you got Westlake.
Yes.
In Georgetown. So we encourage the fans to come out and watch that game. But do we know a playoff opponent yet?
Do not. Got to get back to the computer and look at the internet and see what's going on.
All right, Coach. Looking forward to calling some playoff baseball.
Thank you, Kelly.
Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
You,
Wally, back to you. And I'm going to get these players over here and chat with them.
Coach Vieira talking to us there on the field, and I tell you what, the way they talk about it, and you got to be proud of these boys. What a job they did. And so now Kelly's going to bring in Logan Smith and Wade Denton. So, all right, let's go back down to Kelly.
Logan Smith and Wade Denton that had the right side of that freaking infield locked down today. Boy, man, what was going on over there?
You know, it was just another baseball game.
First inning, first ball that came to you, had a little problem with it, but after that, man, you got the next one right behind it, and you locked it down. Talk about what was going through your mind over there on that hot corner.
Well, when I dove for that first one, I was like, dang, I missed that one, but I knew it was coming back again, and I just had to set my feet and make a good throw for that double play.
And then you got this guy at shortstop tonight making some freaking stud plays at shortstop. Talk about that diving catch to end this and bring a district title back home to Georgetown.
So me and Logan had been talking all night. They were pulling everything. I hadn't got a ball all day until that last inning, so I was ready for anything to come my way.
And what a way to end it, man. You get a district title on a play like that with you two guys locking down, because the pitching gave up 8 runs tonight, but the defense tonight was just outstanding. Talk about and your outfielders with the speed. Talk about the defense.
Right. Oh, it's amazing. We have a great group of guys that we know can do every job. And in Ty, Landon, they all lock it down out there. So confidence filled whenever we go out there.
Well, folks, that's Logan and Wade just locking down the right side of that infield, and couldn't be more proud of you guys. Congratulations,
Thank you,
district champions.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be calling some playoff baseball, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, Wally, back to you.
So Kelly visits with Logan Smith, Wade Denton, and what a job by the infield there. The shortstop and third baseman have themselves a game. Hitting going around for this Eagle team. 10 runs on the road tonight. And just a performance to get themselves a split of the district championship and what looks like will be the #1 seed going to the playoffs. And so push comes to shove, this Eagle defense showed the grittiness, the determination, and everything that they've talked about. And so such a fun game to end on. You play spoiler for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. They had it all laid out for themselves to be solo district champions. And the Eagles kind of ruined that for them. We'll take a quick timeout, let Kelly get back up here, and we'll close it out. You're listening to Eagle Baseball on, I'm going to start over. You're listening to District Championship Baseball, Eagle Baseball here on SHN Sports. Kelly back up here with me. And Kelly, I tell you what, I don't think Coach Vieira could say that any better. This is a team that could have quit.
Yeah.
You go on a 3-game skid in 1 week. This team hadn't lost multiple back-to-back games all year. And then they go and lose to a Leander Lion team that is a good team.
Right.
They're not a great team, but they are a scrappy baseball team that is sitting on the outside looking in at this playoff season as what could have been. And then you lose to Rouse, who wanted to avenge a big loss. And they did, 2-0. And then you get Cedar Ridge, and you get up 3-1. Then you go down 4-3. Then you go up 5-4. And then you lose on a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning. You had every reason to just be like, "Ah, man, we're skidding now."
Right.
And this team has put up 2 huge wins over 2 great opponents. Liberty Hill, 7-3 on Tuesday night, and against the Cedar Park Timberwolves, 10-2 on their own home field. And what you do in that, one, the confidence you build for yourself. Two, what you just run for Cedar Park speaks volumes for this Georgetown baseball team.
Well, and you and I had talked about it in our conversations away from the ballpark. You know, it seemed like the team was starting to skid. Started off hot, first part of the season hot, and then they go through that week and a half long skid, and we were concerned. And then these last 3 games, man, it just the Georgetown team that we've expected all season came through and shared district title, but district title nonetheless, and looks like going to be the top seed out of this district. Tough district.
I tell you what, I talked to Coach Vieira about it last night at the coaches show. You've got 4 district teams. If everyone held serve tonight, if Marble Falls did not beat up Rouse, if Glenn did not upset Liberty Hill, if those 2 teams won, if Rouse and Liberty Hill won tonight, you send 4 teams to a district into the playoffs at 10-4.
Yeah.
And you're all 4 in the top 25. This district has a lot of one. I'm not saying they have a lot to prove. What they have is they have a lot of opportunity to go out and show everybody in this state how good District 25 is.
Yeah, and this is a circumstance. We saw it with the football district, District 11 5A, a sweep in the first round of the playoffs last football season, and boy, you could very well have that from this District 25 in baseball. Then
you turn to softball. Last night, it was crazy. We were at the coaches show and talking to Braylon Pinnell. She was there, and during a break we were talking. Leander, the district champions, they went to the regional finals against Georgetown last year. Georgetown won the 2 out of 3. Leander won the district title again this year. S.J. Guerin, their starting pitcher that's going to Oklahoma, was hit by a pitch in the last game of the year, broke a finger, not on the mound last night, lost in the first round of the playoffs, 9-8, eliminated. Wow. And so you talk about the parity and on both sides of this, softball and baseball, but these 2 Georgetown teams now poised to make a good run. The Georgetown Lady Eagles were at home tonight. I haven't heard a score or seen anything. Hosting Buda Johnson. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But these Georgetown Eagle baseball team, what a performance. And the more we talk about it, the more it's just exciting to think about. You came in here on the last game of district play, on the last game of district of your regular season, and you took a solo district championship away from this Cedar Park team. And that's a feat in of itself. It hurts. You know this Cedar Park team is upset with themselves, are upset. They just lost the solo district championship. They're the only team that had that opportunity tonight. And these Georgetown Eagles said, I think we want a piece of that cookie. Right. And they got it. Boy, it was just tremendous. And what you like about where we're headed now into the playoffs, we get the game tomorrow against Westlake, and the guys are going to be relaxed and just have fun playing baseball. But as you get into the playoffs now, such depth in the pitching staff. And the defense. My goodness, the defense. And, Kelly, you were talking to Logan Smith and Wade Denton. Logan Smith, you said the hot corner tearing it up tonight. They were coming at you, and what did he say? That's another baseball game. Yeah. Just another baseball game, just doing my job at third base. And I knew after the first one they were going to come back at me again. And I had to set my feet, make a good throw. Hey, Wade, what do you think, Wade? Well, I mean, had a ball hit all the inning, so I might as well, make some good plays there in the last inning. Wade Denton, the Wade Denton show. But Jacob Haddon, I think all credit's got to be due to that pitcher. Yep. Jacob Haddon came in. He has been the ace of the staff, but he came in and spread out 9 hits over a ball game, only allowed 2 runs. Didn't have a lot of strikeouts tonight. But Wade Denton put the ball into play and let his defense go to work, and they turned several double plays. Then you get a performance like this in the 7th inning by Wade Denton and lay out to make a rob of a base hit into left field. Then he goes and makes another Derek Jeter-esque play to throw out the runner at first base to end the ball game. And we go nuts at that point. Yeah. It's just a scream fest enjoying this for these boys. The smiles in that dugout, Wally, are just awesome, and it's so much fun to be a part of this. So we're going to wrap it up here tonight. We're not even going to go into stats. I want to go and just this is awesome. I want to go say hi to these boys, and it's been a fun part to be a part of them. And now we just continue it on to the playoffs. 10-4 in district play, co-district champions, the number 1 seed out of 25 5A. They will take on the 4 seed out of 26 5A, and we'll find out that is. And we'll try to muddle through that tonight and be back on the call tomorrow. 12:45 first pitch, pregame, 1 o'clock first pitch. And so we'll bring that to you tomorrow. Kind of more of an update. Coach will bring that to us before the game, and so we'll try to share the word out there on SHN. Thanks for listening tonight. Your Eagles victorious 10-2 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves, and your Georgetown Eagles district champions again in 25-5A. What a night for baseball. Kelly, thanks for joining me tonight. What a beautiful call. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Remember, everybody, doesn't cost a dime to be kind. Have a good night. Eagle fight song, take us away.